Tony, last time you were in, we saw you give a reading to a couple who'd lost their son in Iraq. And today we're going to be looking at a sitting that you gave to a father and daughter.
That's right.
Where the boy was also lost in the same situation. Can you remind us a little bit more about the circumstances of these lads passing?
Well, it actually turned out that both boys actually died in the same instance. I wasn't aware of that beforehand, but as I read for each of those families, then the details came out and they became very evident that was in fact the case.
So shall we take a look and see what happened in this reading?
Certainly, thank you.
My name's Mike Aston. I'm the father of Corporal Russell Aston.
My name's Adele and I'm a residential social worker. I was interested in meeting Tony because I wanted to see if my brother had actually come through.
I have to admit that when I was going to meet Tony, I was very sceptical.
So let me see what I can pick up for you. Be totally honest with me. Don't hold back. You think I'm talking rubbish, that's fine. And we'll see if we can get a connection. Now, because I know that we're looking for a younger fellow, in my mind I'm sort of just honing all my attention only to that place. Come on. Now, in comparison to the people I've just read for, I feel in some way your boy is older than theirs. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
When I connect to the spirit, I don't get the same sort of boyish feeling. I get more the energy of a man. That's what I think, of a man, and a sensible man at that. As I get that same connection, there's definitely two parts of his personality, as there is with many people. He can be very serious and very committed, but also play the fool very easily. And as I know he plays the fool, I feel that he is very much like Adele for that. And you know this term, two peas in a pod, I feel very much that would apply to the both of you. And although you are sister to this man, in some ways you both of you were like very much rough and tumble, you know, or him mucking around with you on the floor and, you know, wanting to play fight with you constantly.
That just sums up me and my brother. Everything that he was saying about being peas in the pod, we're exactly like that. It was such a shock. I was his little sister, he was my big brother. I used to look up to him. I was really proud of him, even when we were little. We were peas in a pod. We used to play fight.
They used to play each other up. It used to be absolutely dreadful going on holiday in the car. My son Russell was a member of the Royal Military Police Red Caps, as well as being in 16-hour assault attached to the parachute regiment. And he was serving as a military policeman when he died, along with the 5 other brave men trying to guard the police station at Al Mujar Al Kabir. He was a giant of a man, a character, extrovert. Everyone in the village knew when he was back. He'd go up to the pub. You probably wouldn't see him for many, many hours, and you'd be dreading the early hours of the morning when he'd come in and start cooking. And I just wish to goodness I could go through those days again.
I feel that however he had died, this had been planned, and this was a total setup. Is what I think. There was almost like a siege. That's what I feel. That's the word I want to use. Like a siege in this place, and it might only been for an hour or so or something, but I definitely get a sense of siege here. And there's a real feeling here that we had no reason to be in this area. There was no point us being there. We had nothing to do. There was no point us being there. What was the point of that then? And we were going with a job to do, but it weren't there.
I think Tony's quite right. They shouldn't have been there. We still haven't got to the bottom of exactly why they were there. The official version being that they were there to discuss the refurbishment of a police station. It's right in the middle of nowhere, piece of real estate that's worthless. They went in likely armed, and they didn't stand a chance.
I don't wish to be rude, Adele, but if you put on just a little bit of weight since he's passed, do you think?
I'll have a lot. He's been kind.
That's fine, okay. Because I'll be rude, I'll be honest. He thinks you put on weight since he's passed to the spirit world. And he feels that you have been in many ways comfort eating since he has passed over too. And I can't be serious with this boy at all. He's just saying, leave the Mars bars, you know what I mean, forget it. And stop eating Mars bars and get yourself back on track. That's fine. Well done, boy.
Well, it was only a couple of days earlier. It was actually Easter, and I was eating the kids' Mars bars out of their Easter eggs. But since then, I have gone to touch Mars bars, and I've thought twice about it, and I've put them back. I can't even eat now.
Do you have real love for two children in this world? Because I know that he often comes to visit you, and when he visits you, he visits two kids at the same time. And specifically for the three of you that are talking about him a lot, and I get the sense that you include him in conversations to do with these children as well, and you keep him very much alive with these two children as well. And he just really appreciates that, all that you're doing, because he is obviously alive, and he wants them to know this as well.
I've got two little boys, two children. They are the people that Tony was actually referring to, what my brother was saying. They're only 2.5, 3.5. Every morning we sit there in my room, I'm getting ready, and I sit and talk to him. And I always sit there with the children and I say, sing your Uncle Russell a song now. So they both start singing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, because I've always told them there's a star in the sky.
Mike, of all things, he wants to arm wrestle you. And I know he wants to work out who's the strongest. Is it you or him? And I know in his mind he thinks he'll win, and in your mind you think you'll possibly have a go. But I think there's a real sense of who's the strongest now then.
Well, I gave up arm wrestling with Russell when he got to about 15 years of age. He dwarfed me. I beat him, remember on one occasion I did beat him, but after that it was no contest. But it was a thing that he did excel at, and I seem to remember at one stage he went on holiday and he went into a pub owned by an arm wrestling champion for the county, and he said he'd give him free beer for the night if he could beat him. Well, I think Russell got quite drunk that night.
But it feels though that your wife and your mother is alive though in the world. That's fine. And I just get the sense that she is totally closed down. Doesn't want to speak, doesn't want to talk about it, don't want to know about it, don't want to know really what's happened today, although she does really want to know. But she cannot bear herself to go through this anymore. Now, she was always a lady to wear makeup and always a lady to look very glamorous. But the glamour's gone, that's what I think. Don't care if she goes out with her head undone now, don't care. And but he wants her to become glamorous again, as he'd always remembered her.
I came straight back and I told her, and I said, Russ really wants you to start putting your makeup on again, doing your hair and looking nice, and she has.
And he has either a very funny belly button or something. No, it's very silly. It's taking fluff from his belly button here, and he puts it on the table. But I really feel that he would tease you with his fluff in his belly button or make you eat it.
When we were little, like I said before, we were always messing about. He used to take it out of his belly button, the fluff, and he used to try and put it in my mouth.
Who's Mark?
Yeah, it's my husband.
Okay, that's fine. Because he just says talk of Mark, and I know that he wants to send his regards to Mark.
Right.
Would he ever called your husband a puff?
Yeah.
It's all right. Okay. I don't think he's a puff, eh? But I just get a sense he's mucking about saying he's a big puffter. You know, things like this. He's winding him up. That's what I think he would.
Mark is my husband. I've been married to him for 4 years, and Russ and Mark used to go out and get absolutely plastered together, and he used to call him a puffter.
Mark is not a puffter. He's a black topper, and he lays tarmac, and he works with other men who really I wouldn't like to meet on a dark night.
He in the spirit world is not distressed and he's not in pain and there's nothing wrong with him. So he's fit as a fiddle with a furry belly button, mucking about, because he just does the silly daft things in the spirit world as he would have done in this world. That's what I know. And because his link's fading, I've got no choice but to kind of call it a day and leave it there.
Throughout the whole interview, I was impressed by what he said. his knowledge, detailed knowledge, especially of what happened in Iraq, which has fitted pieces of jigsaw into place for us. Even though I couldn't use it publicly because, you know, I have to go on things that are said on the record. But the fact that he seems to be at peace and happy, I'm very happy for him. It's us who are not at peace. And I know we would like us to be at peace, but we're never going to be at peace until we get to the bottom of it.
I've been worrying and worrying for many, many months about him and just hoping and praying that he's okay. It really did mean a lot when he said he was okay, and I really do believe he is now.
Tony, it was quite interesting there that, you know, in what was really a very emotive sitting and someone passing under such sort of awful circumstances, that there was still room for that little bit of humour, you know, like the belly button fluff thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why do you think that our spirit friends bring these things up?
And they don't always want to keep referring and going back to how they passed. Invariably they say it, they let it go, and they want to talk about the fun things, the things that we shared together, and the happier times.
Well, we'll be seeing you again later in the series, Tony. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tony Stockwell.